Hey my rainbows, it's me Savvy. Today's video is basic information before leaving Earth or Bible study, which is in the title. I say this every video. I'm not trying to change your mind. Disclaimer, if you don't want to watch this, that's on you. I'm not trying to make anybody change their mind, religion, anything like that. I'm just telling you what I got out of it and what I find interesting. About the book I'm reading. So it's okay to skip these videos if you want. It won't offend me, but please also don't like unsubscribe just because you don't like the Bible or disagree with me. And if you have a discussion, just be respectful in the comments. These are my opinions, thoughts, and all that about the book that I am currently reading. Sorry, I have to do that disclaimer every time because I just don't want anybody coming in my comments saying that I'm a horrible person for trying to change a religion, because that's not my goal. My goal is just to impact one person and have nice discussions about it in the comments. Whether you agree or disagree, you know what I mean? So anyway, with that being said, we're on Psalms. That is the longest book in the Bible, and sorry I sound stuffy. I have had a cold for about a week. It's 170 chapters, at least in my Bible, which is like a lot. And like most people relate to this like book as like in calm or for anxiety and depression. Um, but it's really long. It's really funny though, because when I logged into my Bible to start Psalms, my verse of the day was a Psalms. It was Psalms 94:19. So I was like, that's kind of funny. And it said, when anxiety was great within me, your consultation brought me joy. So I was like, that's kind of weird. I was like, oh, see, God's talking to me. He's like, oh, well, you're going to read Psalms here. And I literally wrote about the anxiety or depression thing before I even got to that verse, which that was on February 9th. And I just finished, and today is February 28th. So, um, yeah. So, I mean, it took me like 20 days to finish it. But Psalms is a collection of song lyrics, poems. There is 73 poems from King David, um, 12 from, I put Aspen, but I don't think I'm saying that right. Sons of Korah, there's 11. Heman and Ethan, there's 2. Solomon and Moses, there's 3. And then there's 49 from anonymous authors. It both starts and ends with the word hallelujah, which in Hebrew, it means praise Yahweh, and Yahweh is Jesus' name in Hebrew. So I was like, that's kind of cool. Yeah, there's 5 books of Moses. Psalm 1 is meditation. Then there's 3 parts of Israel's redemption and monarchy, exile and return. So 3 parts of Israel's redemption, and then there's monarchy, exile, and return. Yeah. And then it just says honest spiritual responses to God, celebrates the work of God in history and how he saves his people. But yeah, it's just like him praying to God and then God like answering is kind of the way it's written, which is really cool. Like a question, answer, question, answer. And a lot of them, the most thing that I saw in Psalms, like the most catchphrase, I should say, or the most, not catchphrase, but the most, I don't know how to explain it, like sayings, I guess, the most common phrase in it was either don't be afraid or God is my rock. Those were the ones that I noticed that were the most said in the Psalms chapters. So I was like, that's kind of cool. And like, yeah, like I said, usually people read it for it to just calm them down when they're anxious or having depression. They turn to it because they're turning to God to help take away that anxiety and depression. So they're like, hey God, you're my rock, you are the one I believe in, please help me through this tough time, whatever it may be. So that is the whole purpose of Psalms. So yeah, it's a good chapter. I really liked it. It was long, and it sucks that I'm like, okay, well, obviously something is trying to interfere with me, like with the long chapters, because I get so like overwhelmed with how long they are, and it takes me a really long time to finish the long chapters, which is not good. So I'm like, okay, I need to be better at that, because I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's not ending, like it's so long, and I'm like, I probably shouldn't think like that. I should probably just be like enjoying it, because like I said, that was my goal this year, was to read it from like front to back, and I still have a lot more chapters to go. So yeah,